Hey y'all, it's finally time for a quarter one update. I know you're probably surprised by quarter one, but yes, that is how we school. So I have lots of things to update you guys on. Stick around to see what we're changing and what we're not changing. Okay, first things first. There is a lot of life happening. There's been a lot of changes in our lives over the last 9 months or so, and none of that has slowed down. It actually has sped things up. I'm not going to give any major details or go into depth about any of that stuff, but there are things happening outside of our home that are taking time away. And so that makes it really difficult to focus on the things inside of our home. However, we have still managed to get through the first quarter of our homeschool. And really, there is so much that we're doing this year that we're really, really enjoying so far. One change that is going to happen, though, is our schedule. I'm going to have to make adjustments. What I started with has worked okay so far, but it definitely needs some updating, some changing. I think we can do better and be more efficient. So I'm thinking of changing our days up, what we do on certain days, but also I'm actually thinking that some kind of schedule would be beneficial to us. I feel like for a long time I have put my hands up and said, no, I'm not doing a schedule. But I actually think in this season, it really would be helpful. Now, I don't know exactly what that will look like. I don't know if it will be times or if we'll do kind of more of a block rhythm type situation. That feels more comfortable to me. I just know how I am if I give things a time. If it is 9:45 and we are not finished, it's going to stress me out. So I'm thinking of just rhythms of blocks. Block 1 is this thing, block 2 is the next thing. And then whatever times those naturally happen is when we will go into the next block. I'm just not sure yet because we do have some things that are dedicated to certain time frames. So I'll update you guys on that in a later video once I've actually figured out what that looks like. Another really big thing that's been happening, if you guys don't know, we have animals. And it seems like there is something always happening. Someone is always sick. Someone always has an upset stomach. Somebody always needs medication. Somebody is getting into the neighbor's yard. There's always something going on. And this quarter has proved no different. Actually, I think they all met together at night or something and decided that they were all going to have issues and problems right after one another for the last 3 weeks. I'm not going to lie to you. It has been overwhelming. It seems like it just would never end. Quite honestly, it hasn't ended yet. I had some issues with my goats and their hay, and then I had issues with a couple of dogs, and then I was back to a chicken, and then something else happened with our house dog. And so it was like as soon as I got one fire put out, one more started, And that's just the nature of having animals. It's not always fresh eggs and flowers in the morning, Sometimes it's just hard and it gets overwhelming and it seems like everything's happening at once. But that also just comes with it. That's part of owning animals. So moving past kind of the life stuff, let's get into curriculum and how that is actually going. So as you guys know, we are using Math 3 from The Good and the Beautiful. Still love it, still working great for us. We are only one lesson away from the Unit 1 review. My daughter is very much excited about that. So far we are pretty well on track as to where I thought we would be, and we have no plans on changing math at this point, so all is good there. Moving into our core curriculum, we are using God's Design for Life from Master Books. I had a whole thing with using master books. Again, I will link that video for you guys in the description. However, we love it. We have loved doing the God's Design for Life. Specifically, we're in the animals section. It's working so great. It's just enough reading and the fun little activities. My daughter is really enjoying those. So all of that is going really great. Also with that, if you saw the video I did regarding using that curriculum, you also will know that we are notebooking with that. This is our first real notebooking situation. And surprise, we love that as well. My daughter has had a lot of fun learning to take notes. So that's not really something that I particularly did intentionally, but just kind of as we got started, I got to thinking, this would be a really great opportunity for me to teach her different ways that you can take notes and how to take important information from each sentence or a paragraph or section, that you're reading and put that down in just a short note. And I'm actually utilizing our whiteboard for a lot of that so that I can write it down for her and then she copies it down onto her notebook. And that has worked really, really great, especially because she gets to visually see what I'm writing. And I think that's really helping her in her confidence for writing as well, which leads me into our vet unit from Campfire Curriculum. So this is the first real full unit study that we have done from Campfire Curriculums, and we're not finished yet. We still have a couple of lessons, but we're over halfway. So I anticipate that we will finish this one because we've really, really enjoyed it. Actually, the last lesson that we did, my daughter had a stuffed rabbit, like a little stuffed animal rabbit. And so she got to perform surgery on the rabbit and remove the poisonous mushrooms that was upsetting the rabbit's stomach. And so those were just little beads that I had put into the back of the rabbit, and then she had to perform surgery, stitch the rabbit back up, that whole thing. And that was so fun for her. And really, it was fun for me as well. So far, that unit is going really, really great. So the last thing here on my list is the American Girl History Unit Studies from Little School of Smiths. We completed the Samantha unit already, and we're into our next unit, which is the Felicity unit. Safe to say, we're really enjoying those. It's very fun, it's very light, and so that has worked really well for us. I have already bought several of the others, so we will go through those. I don't know if that will take us until the end of the year. I'm not thinking that it will. I'm thinking we're going to have to come up with something else, towards the end of the year. But I'm just not sure, and I don't know what that is going to be. So for now, we plan on continuing with the American Girl units that I've already purchased, and then we will kind of make adjustments as needed moving forward. If you want to look inside that Samantha unit and a little bit of our review, I will have that here for you. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.